he did a lot of things that made his manlyhood, masculinity less of himself. I always looked at him as someone that is a strong individual person, but when he did a lot of things, it just made me look at him like he wasn't a man at all. And thank y'all for coming into the Freelance Philosophy, man. This is unpaid, free, accessible philosophy, urban philosophy. This isn't necessarily anything that has to do with motivational speeches or advice or anything. I'm not falling into that cliche because, to be honest, I hate that cliche. This is just topics that I'm going to discuss based off my background, based off the knowledge that I have, and kind of the ideology that I want to convey within the topic. Some days I'm going to ramble and actually not answer the question. Some days I'm going to answer it very prolific, and some days we're just going to talk about it, But today's topic is, what is a man? What is a man? Now, this is something personally that I have been battling with for a while now. Since I was a kid, I always kind of, looked at the people like my father, my brother, friends of the family, deacons in my church, different things like that. And I always looked at them as true men, but not because of their minds, but because of their physical strength and their desire to not necessarily back down from a fight or to be brave in the face of just complete, utter fear, And I used to be, growing up, I was a very timid kid. Very, very timid and scared and weak, physically weak, skinny and small. Didn't really talk as much, Even doing this right now frightened me. And I wrote some things down, kind of like a little scratch notes of kind of what I thought a man was. I'm gonna read it to you. So I wrote down, now this question is broad. It can be explained in many different ways, from the biological stance that a man is no more than a meat vessel with a penis, with broad shoulders and a chiseled chin. Or you can go psychologically and say a man is a strong-minded individual with leader-like qualities. Now, all these are true, but really, what is a man? What is a dude? What is the difference between a man and a woman? And what are the qualities that a man is supposed to have? This is the question that I've always asked myself coming up the way that I did. Again, I was always shy, scared, anxious. I was always terrible with ladies as well. Very bad. I wasn't the best with ladies. I wasn't the best with ladies. I know, looking at this nice caramel chocolate skin, I'm 6'2" now. Got a little meat on my bones. Very charismatic, hilarious, funny. I know it seems like that I'm out here picking up tips left and right, but I wasn't. I was very shy around them, very scared to talk to them. I didn't know what to say to them. I was very sheltered as a kid. And I was even bad at sports. I was bad at every single sport. And I still am, to be honest. I like playing sports here and there, mainly basketball. But I was always bad at them. Like, I wasn't really good at sports. And I'm not good, and all my friends and people that I know, they're either good at sports or they know so much about sports. Like, they just, like, that's their life. You know what I mean? And I've always felt myself a little bit more insecure because I didn't know nothing about sports. I don't know nothing about sports. You know what I mean? I just enjoyed it. I enjoyed shooting the ball around, and that was it. Like, nothing competitive. But growing into my age, in my own skin and identity, I've come to a realization that being a man isn't this extreme masculinity that our boomer parents and rich social media influencers like Andrew Tate convey, Even though my dad was this masculine dude, he did a lot of bad things that devalued his manhood, which made me look at him kind of less than a man. Even though he had all of the man qualities checked off. You know, he did a lot of bad things. I'm not going to get into that. It'll probably be later episode, whatever. But he did a lot of things that made his manlyhood, masculinity, less of himself. You know, I always looked at him as someone that is a strong individual person. But when he did a lot of things, it just made me look at him like he wasn't a man at all. And that started to make me realize that, you know, a man isn't this boomer thing where you're tough, don't cry, and you're supposed to be the breadwinner of the house, which I do agree to some extent. That's not what a man is. A man isn't this dude that is walking around buff, that's fighting people and wrestling with bears and drinking whiskey. That's not what a man, smoking a cigar, that's not what a man is. You know what I mean? I've come to a realization that a man isn't anything. You know, a man is whatever you make it a man to be. To some people, a man is that. A bear riding, whiskey drinker, shirt off Stalin. But to me personally, I feel like a man is nothing more than someone that takes care of his responsibilities. Someone that is brave in the face of danger and fear. Someone that takes care of his household and the loved ones in their household. You know, I feel like a man is someone that can logically think and solve solutions and problems with a thought process that, you know, is a leader stance. You know, and that's what I think a man is. You know, even I know a lot of guys that are a little bit more feminine, but these are some really, really, really good guys. Like, these are some really stand-up dudes. And that really makes me look at the idea of what a man is, and it just makes me think like, a man isn't this, a man isn't that. A man is the true identity of oneself. You know? I'm the fullest of me. So that makes me a man. No matter what. You know? I protect my own. I'm hardworking. Even though I'm not making these millions and millions of dollars and stuff like that, I work just as hard, even more, probably even more than a lot of people that have all this money, this, that, and the third. I take care of the people around me. I love the people around me. I'm nurturing. I'm comforting. And one thing that I really, really feel like a man, me personally, is someone that's compassionate. You know, they can walk down the street and see a cat that's stuck, you know, and be like, damn, like, oh, fuck, you know what I mean? Let me go help this cat. You know what I mean? I know it sounds silly, but it's like to have that kind of compassion for things and animals and people and the environment is a part of a good man, a good, strong man. And I feel like that's what we lack a lot into society, whether it's politics or our community or our fathers, our uncles. We lack that compassion. We lack that, you know, that love for things that aren't attached to us. You look at people like Trump that really, really pushes people down a couple notches. You know, hardworking people, demographics of people, he really pushes people down. That's not what a man should do. A man should uplift everyone. You don't know anyone's struggle or anything, but at the same time, you know, uplifting and caring for other people is, to me, a good quality of a man. You know? Now, moral of the story is, a man is the truest form of oneself. Whatever form that is. Whatever moral and ethic you have established for yourself is yours, and you have a right. You have a right to establish them the way that you want to establish them. As long as you're not hurting anyone or yourself, then you are a man in my book. So, you know, I don't know if that answered it. Probably didn't. You know, that's what philosophy is. You know, there's a question and we just make more questions. That's what it is. You can go keep going deeper and deeper into the topic. But that's for another day, another video, man. Y'all let me know what a man is. Go in the comment section. Let me know what a man is. And we'll probably do a part 2, you know, with the comments. We'll pick a couple comments and we'll make a part 2 of it. Kind of go deeper, dive a little more deeper, but yeah. If y'all don't know, this is Freelance Philosophy, a new channel. Y'all might have seen me from the Discovery Cafe. I've done a channel before this one about music, talks and reviews, conversations, things of that nature, podcasting. But I kind of wanted to do something a little bit off the books, something that I love to talk, hear, and think about, which is just philosophy and all kinds of philosophy, whether it be religious or ideologies and things of that nature, you know, the meanings of life. I love it. I love philosophy, and I feel like this is a great outlet for kind of an urban philosophy. You know, there's not a lot of black philosophers no more, not a lot of young philosophers. So I want to kind of bring that back and kind of push a new idea of thinking, a new way of thinking, you know, without that being your underlying way of thinking, just different ideas. But other than that, man, I really appreciate y'all, man. Peace. I'll see you in the next video.